The Avatar is someone who has all the power in the world. I talked extensively about Aang's journey to balance in a previous video of mine. Who I want to focus on today is Iroh. Iroh was born heir to the throne, destined to become the next Fire Lord. The man destined to have all the power in the world. Iroh was on track to becoming a legend. He was going to be the one to finally put an end to the war. What his father started, he would conclude. Upon doing this, he would become a god amongst his people. But then, something happened. Something tragic. On his way to Ba Sing Se to conquer the Earth Kingdom, his son, Lu Ten, died. Iroh realized the world didn't play favorites and that everyone was vulnerable. After this, Iroh started his own self-improvement journey. He gave up everything he had going for him. He gave up his status and acknowledgement from an entire nation. It isn't quite clear exactly what happens after this, but whatever did seemed to have made Iroh the tea-loving spiritual man we love him for today. In the Firebending Masters, we find out how firebending is life and energy incarnate. Its primal roots reveal how it was originally a beautiful art fueled by passion and willpower. By nature, this makes it a double-edged sword. Passion on one end can be anger, rage, and hate. But on the other end, passion could be intense enthusiasm, an unwavering heart, and unconditional love. Ozai was the embodiment of the perverted art firebending had become. It's no longer an extension of who you are, but a military weapon of mass destruction. Iroh was the opposite in that he represents what firebending was meant to be. Firebending, and bending in general, is an extension of one's being, not a weapon. With that in mind, after Lu Ten died, Iroh knew his path was not to become the Fire Lord, and this once proud man who had it all humbled himself to the level of an outcast. This aspect of Iroh really intrigues me. Iroh going from a prince to now an everyday citizen is a sacrifice that most of us aren't willing to make. But not only does he do this gracefully, but he actually prefers this new life. When Zuko and Iroh were living alone, Zuko still clung on to his old life and believed he deserved it all, whereas Iroh was just enjoying himself. He was able to find solace in the simple things life has to offer. In a world where everyone just wants more and more, bigger and better things, Iroh's philosophy is in direct contrast.
Water brings healing and life, but fire brings only destruction and pain. It forces those of us burdened with its care to walk a razor's edge between humanity and savagery. Fire is alive. It breathes. It grows. Without the bender, a rock will not throw itself. But fire will spread and destroy everything in its path if one does not have the will to control it.
The Fire Nation is a very proud nation. They have their own national anthem and worship their fascist dictator. In their mind, they were the only nation that mattered, the rightful rulers of the world. Because Iroh was able to step back from this philosophy, he was able to develop a technique that allowed him to redirect lightning. To help contextualize my point, Iroh was one of the strongest benders of his time who had no business mulling around with lowly waterbenders. He had good reason to believe that there was nothing he could learn snooping around with their art and culture, but it was because of his humility that he was able to take the waterbending principles and apply it to firebending.
While Larry was injured and Adam was off making an art film, Edge and I asked David Letterman to Dublin to talk about our songs.
Bono and the Edge.
Come on, guys, it's time!
Poppy, we're gonna be late for the royal wedding. Let's go get married.
Grant!
What? I mean, let's get Bridget and Crystal married.
Yeah. Oh, because it would be weird if we got married.
Yeah, so
Wow.
weird.
Blech.
Oh boy, that was a crazy bachelor party. Cloud Guy don't feel so good.
Tiny Diamond, you make the cutest little flower boy.
Come on, Daddy, I'm the cutest little flower man.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to...
Stop the wedding! I'm John Dory, Branch's long lost brother.
What?
Bravo, corn me, Diggle.
You're the guy from Brozone. We were just listening to them. Big Fred!
But that's all in the past.
Branch! How come you never told me? You had a secret brother.
Correction. Used to be my brother. My brothers walked out on me and never came back.
Branch, we're out of sync. We've gone from boys to men, and now there's only one direction for us to go. The back streets.
Branch, it's time we find the rest of our brothers and get the band back together.
We're gonna have the best family reunion ever. Brozone 2.0. Brozone reunion. Brozone, here we grow again.